Hi, I'm Chris Martinson of Peak Prosperity. It is Friday, the 13th, February 2015, and boy, I have a lot to update you on. The Ukraine peace deal, so-called, it was inked on Wednesday. That gave them Thursday, Friday, all day Saturday to continue fighting, and boy, are they continuing to fight right now. The rebels and the Kiev forces are seeking to gain last-minute advantages such as they can, particularly around the key railway junction at Debaltseve. That is seeing intense fighting, and the Kiev forces are probably encircled at this point in time, and it's just a complete mess. And so Poroshenko, the president of Ukraine, went over. He really got what I consider to be not what he was looking for out of this peace deal. They didn't get all kinds of things. He didn't get a secure border. They lost all of the territory that had been gained by the rebels in the months since the last peace deal was brokered. They drew the lines right there. They were supposed to amend their constitution to allow greater autonomy, if not full federalization, although he refused on that point, but it's going to be a more autonomous region, and local elections. All those things he said he didn't want to have. Those all got done, so little arm twisting, I'm sure, happened in Minsk. He goes home. In the news today, he's on record as saying, we've had deals before and they've fallen apart. No one really expects this one to stand. So I don't have a lot of hope that this peace deal is going to amount to much, but it didn't matter to the stock market, which was just buoyed by the news that a peace deal of sorts had been brokered. Now, here's the thing about this peace deal you have to understand. It was done between Hollande of France, Merkel of Germany, Poroshenko, and then Putin and a couple of rebel leaders. That was the group meeting. Notice anybody missing? The United States. The United States has been supplying pressure on this by saying that we are going to supply arms. We are going to funnel arms to the Ukraine people. Now, here's the thing. This is just a matter of priorities. Whenever it comes to supplying arms, the United States can find billions of dollars and whisk those arms just end up there, and we're really good at that. I defy you to tell me one country that the U.S. has supplied arms to in a situation like this where it has worked out for the people living there. How did it work out for the people in Libya, which is a complete warlord hellhole at this point in time? How has it worked out in Egypt, which fell apart? How has it worked out in Syria? We armed all of the ISIS rebels, trained them at the outset. Now we're saying they're a threat. But how has that worked out for Syria? The same thing's going to happen in Ukraine. Now, I said priorities. Let's just look at this for a minute. There's something called eDARPA, which is Energy DARPA, DARPA being the advanced project, Skunkworks place. They've made incredible stuff, stealth planes, all kinds of things. When DARPA does stuff, amazing technology results. We have a total budget for working on advanced energy ideas in the United States of $250 million. That's it. That's our complete, and they're fighting over, can they get a 10% increase in this? Murkowski, the senator out of Alaska, is saying, yeah, we should be funding more of this. Oh, big battle, taxpayer dollars have to be thought about. It's not just free money. Oh, we need $1 billion for arms for Ukraine? Here you go. So this is something that we're looking at very carefully. I have a two-parter written about that. Go to Peak Prosperity, find as much information as you probably want to digest on Ukraine for public. It's on the free side. For people who are enrolled members who like to go deeper, we analyze what that means in part 2 for enrolled members, and we are tracking this very closely, including some of the information I just shared with you. Also, it should be noted that the ISIS rebels took a town about 2 miles from a key Air Force base in Iraq, at which 300 U.S. advisors are stationed. Remember, we have no boots on the ground in Iraq, but 300 is a significant number. They are now actually under threat of being overrun in that particular position. So this is a big development going on there as well. And of course, Greece. Looking at what's happening with Greece, it's just extraordinary that they've managed to say, look, we can't pay this stuff back. How are we going to pay this back? Lots of machinations going on. But if the euro falls apart, the euro currency falls apart as a concept around Greece exiting, markets haven't even begun to remotely price this in. Nobody believes it's going to happen, but it could happen. So all of this are things that we're discussing. It is really an amazing period of history right now. And one of the metaphors that I'm using is if it looks like, smells like, tastes like the run-up to World War I, it might just be. Failed negotiations, bad diplomacy, simmering resentments, poor economic policies. All of these things just have a way on their own of creating pressures that can break. So this is something I think that we all have to be aware of. It's a really interesting period of time, and we're tracking it as closely as we can. So if you haven't, subscribe right there, click the link, and get more updates. Come by Peak Prosperity. Lots of free information, and for those who like to go deeper, our enrolled members get access to all kinds of deeper reports. This is a time to really know what's going on. Thank you, and see you soon.